Wash behind your buffers. Up in the mountains, there are many railway tracks that the little narrow-gauge engines run on. There are also many roads. Madge is a snub-nosed lorry. She drives around the mountains and valleys, delivering goods to the villages. Madge likes all of the narrow-gauge engines. Madge is very kind. She likes to take care of everyone she meets. One morning, Mr. Percival, the Thing Controller, came to see Madge. He said Madge. Smiled Madge. Added the Thing Controller. Exclaimed Madge. Madge was very proud. She smiled. There was a lot to do. First, Madge went to see Rheneas. Rheneas had been working at the coal mine. He was very dirty, but soon he was being washed and scrubbed for the country show. Madge watched. She had to make sure Rheneas was extra clean and extra shiny for the engine rally. Madge told Rheneas. Madge made sure his whistle was washed and his boiler bands were buffed. Madge exclaimed. She called as she drove away. Madge still had lots to do, but now Madge was late. She had to hurry. She drove faster and faster. The mountain roads were very dirty. Thought Madge. But when Madge arrived at the quarry, Skarloey was very dirty. Said Madge. Soon Skarloey was covered in bubbles. Madge waited. She wanted to make sure he would be extra shiny. Madge told the engineer. It took a long time, but at last Skarloey was clean. She called. Now Madge really was late. Madge raced to the village. She drove down more dirt tracks. Madge moaned. Rheneas and Skarloey were waiting in the village square. Their paintwork gleamed. Their domes glistened in the sun. Said the Thing Controller. He was very proud of his little engines. Then Madge arrived. She was filthy. The Thing Controller was surprised. He said, Rev Madge. But mud had clogged up Madge's exhaust pipe. Suddenly, she backfired. The mud sprayed all over Rheneas and Skarloey. Cried Madge. Then Madge saw the brass band. Madge was worried. She cried. Puffed Skarloey. Madge moaned. Chuffed Rheneas. Madge gasped. She knew she had to be extra clean and extra shiny to pull the brass band. It was time for her to get clean. Puffed Rheneas. Chuffed Skarloey. Soon Madge was sparkling and clean. She said, Madge was about to tell the engines how to get extra clean and extra shiny. Then she saw what the engineers were doing. They were scrubbing all around the number and nameplate. They washed the whistles and buffed the boiler bands. They scrubbed from the top of their funnels right down to their footplates. Laughed Madge. Puffed Rheneas. Madge smiled. She felt very happy. It was soon time for the country show and engine rally to begin. Madge sparkled and shone as she proudly pulled the brass band. Called Madge, but she still wasn't sure if they had washed behind their buffers.